Welcome to episode 5 of At Your Command, the series where we go beyond theory and into the very mechanics of reality. If you've been following along, you now understand the true power of I am and how your assumptions decree reality into existence. But here's where most people fail. They assume something new, but then they contradict it. They say, I am wealthy, but they worry about bills. They say, I am healthy, but they check their symptoms. They say, I am loved, but they still act like they're alone. This is the problem of serving two masters. And in this episode, you'll learn why you cannot hold two opposing beliefs and how to fully commit to the state you wish to embody. Let's begin. Neville Goddard said, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other." What does this mean in terms of manifestation and assumption? It means you cannot live in two realities at once. If you assume yourself to be wealthy, then poverty must cease to exist in your world. If you assume yourself to be powerful, then doubt can no longer have a place in your mind. But most people never fully let go of the old reality. And because of this, they remain trapped between two opposing states, caught in limbo. Let me tell you a story. A woman once came to Neville frustrated. She had been affirming wealth, visualizing abundance, and trying to change her self-concept. Yet, her financial situation remained the same. Neville asked her, "When you think about money, do you feel ease, or do you feel fear?" She hesitated. "I feel fear," she admitted. Neville told her, "Then you are serving two masters. You claim wealth, but you still react to the world as if you are poor. You cannot hold on to both realities." And that was her breakthrough. She realized she had been wavering between two states. She was assuming wealth, but she was still reacting to lack. Neville told her, "You must decide. Choose one reality and let the other go completely." And she did. She stopped checking her bank account in fear. She stopped hesitating before making purchases. She fully embodied the version of herself who already had wealth. And within weeks, her world shifted. And this is where most people fail. They assume something new, but they don't sever ties with the old. They affirm health, but they still speak about their illness. They affirm love, but they still look for validation from the outside world. They affirm success, but they still hesitate to act like someone who is successful. This is the trap of divided attention. And until you release the old assumptions, you'll continue to waver. This is why Neville says, you must be single-minded. To take your attention from one state of consciousness and place it upon another is to die to one and live to the other. In other words, you cannot be two things at once. So how do you fully commit to the new state? You must burn the bridge to your old reality. This means stop talking about what you don't want. Stop checking for signs of the old state. Stop reinforcing old patterns with your words, thoughts, and actions. You must become so absorbed in the new assumption that the old reality ceases to exist. Here's how you do it. Decide. Right now, choose the state you are going to live in. Wealth, confidence, love, power. Make the decision. Kill the old state. Speak, think, and act only from the new assumption. Let the past identity die. Ignore the mirror. The outer world is a delayed reflection. Do not react to it. Stay in the new assumption until it hardens into fact. Persist, persist, persist. You must hold to the new state without wavering. This is why Neville says, "If I be lifted up, I shall draw all men unto me." If you raise your consciousness to a new assumption, then your world must conform. There is no maybe, no exceptions, only law. So here's what I want you to take away from this episode. You cannot serve two masters. You must commit fully to the state you wish to embody. Stop reacting to the old reality. It only exists if you continue to acknowledge it. Your outer world is only a reflection. Persist in the new state until the mirror catches up. You must be single-minded, assume the state, live from it, and never look back. In the next episode, we take this even deeper. Because once you commit fully to a new state, you must also understand why forgiveness is the key to rising into a higher consciousness. Most people think forgiveness is about letting someone else off the hook. But Neville reveals that forgiveness is really about freeing yourself from old states of being. In episode 6, we will break down the true power of forgiveness and how it releases you from the past forever. And if you're ready to go deeper right now, you'll find more resources linked in the bio. Because you cannot serve two masters. The only question is, which reality will you choose?